Boelter Jones, Pro Football Hall of Famer, top 100.
Tyler Lockett from the Seattle Seahawks.
DK Metcalf from
Nate Burleson. You're watching NorbCam.
NorbCam. You're watching NorbCam.
What's up, everybody? This is NorbCam coming at you live here to talk a little Seahawks football, some breaking news, and of course for Trivia Contest number 5. Yes, I'm so excited. This has been so much fun to get some interaction with you guys and talk a little Seahawks, test your brain knowledge on Seahawks past and present. And of course, we are doing number 5 and your chance to get on the show, and we're going to get into all that in just a minute. But before we do, I just want to make sure that you guys know, of course, that I'd love for you guys to, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and hit that notification bell. That way you won't miss a single video in the future. I want to thank all of you guys who are blowing up the chat right now, like Andrew, yo boy Alex, Nick LeBeau, always in there, Zach Man. Oh, Trash and NorbCam. What's up, Zach? Come on, where's the love? But you're in here anyway, so I appreciate that. Tyler, what's up? Martin, LML in the 305, Mateo Estrada, ¿cómo está? Yeah, Andrew, Diego Navarro, Project Funny, and all you guys coming in here. The Zekinator, pleasure having you on the show last time, man. All right, so we are going to talk a little bit about some interesting news in the NFL. But before we jump into it, I do want to introduce my distinguished panel, who I love to have on here every Wednesday, including the special guest, winner of last week's trivia contest. Everybody, let's introduce real quick everyone here in the chat. I've got right there, Calvin, Domingo, Steezy Way, right there. Below him, we got Noah, the Boelter, DJ Squabo. Next to him is Seahawks Martin. What's up, Martin? And last but certainly not least, we've got up the far right corner, that is Colin, a.k.a. Golden Seahawks 30. And if you guys were watching the trivia contest last time, you might have remembered that Golden Seahawks 30 was the winner of that contest, and with 7 out of 12 correct answers. So before we get into our stuff, I want to talk a little bit, since this is all about giving a little love to our guests. So Colin, you are the special guest today. First of all, congratulations on winning the contest. How did you do it? How were you able to come out on top with all the other people competing for it? What was your secret in getting that trivia game last time?
Well, Norb, I noticed a few of the questions were about like that conference championship game that we played against the Packers. And since I was pretty bored during quarantine, I actually watched highlights of that pretty recently. So that game was pretty fresh in my memory. And then also I remember one of the questions was about the Seahawks sack leader. And I remembered it was Rasheem Green because I actually got his autograph at Seahawks training camp this year. Nice. So I know I keep up with his stats pretty well. And then a few of those questions at the end were just toss-ups. I knew the one about your channel because I've had friends who said that they've seen that video, but the other two were just luck.
Well, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. So, Colin, so how long have you been watching videos on my channel?
I think I first started watching your channel in 2017. I think the first video I ever saw was your music video for the Seahawks predictions, and I've been watching your channel ever since.
Well, I appreciate your support, man. Thank you so much. So, and you're a young man. Are you? I'm going to guess you're in high school. Are you? Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm going into high school this year.
Okay, all right. And whereabouts are you from? Are you local in the Seattle, Puget Sound area? Or are you from somewhere else in the country?
No, I'm actually live in Denver. Although my dad lived in Washington when the Seahawks became a franchise, so he's kind of brought the Seahawks culture into our household.
So you got to live out there in Bronco country. What's that like, having to have a bunch of Broncos fans around you?
Yeah, a lot of them are still mad about the Super Bowl, but they're pretty hopeful this year. They think Drew Lock's going to be the next Patrick Mahomes, so we'll see about that.
Well, at this point, everybody thinks they've got a shot at the Super Bowl, right? We're all even, fresh start, fresh draft picks, all that kind of stuff. So, okay, well, Colin, welcome to the show. I've got to introduce the rest of my guests here. At least give them a show. Oh, actually, before I do that, Colin, I know you've got your YouTube channel, which I did put in the description. Tell me a little bit about your channel.
Yeah, my channel, I usually upload football content on there, not just Seahawks stuff, but just mainly NFL stuff. I haven't uploaded in a while. The newest video I made was just talking about this show, but yeah, I'm thinking about uploading more in the future. Well,
you better upload real quick because you're getting some love right now, so you don't want people to show up there and not have any current videos, so you better get going on it. In the super chat, Team GGG, is this our friendly San Francisco, or maybe not so friendly, San Francisco trash-talking 49er fan? He is being kind today. He says, "Sup, brother? What's up, man? I'm just playing, man. I always love having fans from other teams in the video here. So welcome back, Team Triple G. Let's talk about real quick intros to the other guys. If you guys have been watching my shows every week, then these guys are no strangers to you. Seahawks Martin, Noah Boelter, and Calvin Domingo. Let's start with Noah. Tell everybody real quick about you and Calvin and what you guys got going on and what they can find when they tune into you guys.
Well, me and Calvin are both college students who are aspiring to be sports analysts. We have YouTube channels. Calvin posts weekly. I post daily videos. You should subscribe to both of us. We talk NFL, NBA primarily. As well, we also do a show on the radio every single Saturday from 10 to 1. You can tune in live with the KGRG app. It's called The Boelt. I actually just got a pillow.
Look at you with the merge. Put that back up again. Yeah, I gotta get me some of that. That's pretty cool.
Bro, you gotta send me one, bro. You gotta send me one.
Calvin, I actually have something for you. I was gonna give this to you next time I see you. I just got you a little keychain too.
Okay.
But,
wait a minute. Noah, you get the pillow and Calvin just gets the keychain? What's up with that? It seems like it's not a fair trade, man.
So this is the first pillow we got. We're testing it out. We're going to get a whole bunch more merch coming so that you guys can buy it too if you guys want.
Nice.
Apparel soon to come. I promise it's coming. But so every Saturday from 10 to 1, you can tune in live to our specialty show. We talk sports for 3 hours. We play games as well. Seahawks Martin was a guest on it last week. It was great to have you on, Martin. He did a really good job too. And so, but if you can't catch the live stream from 10 to 1, we upload every single podcast, every segment to our SoundCloud. The link is in the description below. You can listen to it anytime at all.
All right. Thanks, Noah. Calvin, how about you? You want to add to that?
Yeah, Noah kind of hit on all the points. Be sure to subscribe to all of our channels. Noah's, mine, Seahawks Martin, our guest, and Norb's, of course. So Noah and I, we actually dropped 2 separate collabs. One on his channel, talking about AB to Seattle just a few days ago. Be sure to check that out. And then I actually dropped a collab on my channel a few days ago as well, talking about NBA basketball, Bradley Beal to the Brooklyn Nets. So if that sounds interesting, be sure to check out our channels and show us some love.
All right, Calvin. Finally, last but not least, Seahawks Martin, tell the audience out there a little bit about your show.
Noah kind of overpraised me because I actually got killed by Calvin in Boelt.
Wait a minute, Calvin killed you? What kind of reverse universe is this?
Okay. The only question I got right was that one talking about what was it? Noah's phobia. I couldn't hit the sports ones. I couldn't break out of my slump from the day before. But yeah, it was awesome being on the Boelt. Hopefully we can keep doing more of that. My channel is called Seahawks Martin. Obviously, it says so right down there. And I just post random videos at random times, no schedule or so. So if you subscribe to my channel, then turn on the notification bell because I might be uploading any time. The second episode of my new show is coming out this Saturday. And I mean, it was a blast. I know a lot of people said it was pretty cool, my first episode, so I sure hope the second episode is just as good.
All right, that's Seahawks Martin. All right, congratulations on your new show, and so make sure you check everybody's channels out and subscribe, please. We all appreciate it. Working hard to try to do our thing out here. Okay, let's get to some late breaking news. I want to talk about this is actually Noah brought this up. Is that let's talk about the new proposed onside kick rules that they've been talking about this for a while, and I think this is the year that the owners will actually have the opportunity to vote on it. I believe this week. And what that is, just to recap, and you guys can correct me if I don't have it exactly right, but if my understanding is right, the new onside kick rule, they'll still keep the old ones that we have had, but they're giving an alternate option. So instead of doing the kick and trying to get it after it rolls 10 yards, is that a team who's trying to get the ball back can get basically a 4th and 15 from their own 25. Right? So you have one play to basically get 15 yards. If you get the 15 yards, well, then you're going to keep going and you get the ball somewhere at the 40-yard line or beyond. And I believe the one last little wrinkle in that is that first they were talking about making it a timed down, but now I think they've changed that to an untimed down. So untimed, meaning that when that play happens, there's no clock running off. In other words, if there's only 1 second left, there will still be 1 second left when you get the ball past the 40-yard line. I have some opinions on it, but I want to go to the panel first. So, Colin, since you're the guest here, I'd like to get your take on this new rule. Do you like it? Do you hate it? What's your thoughts?
I like it, Norb. Onside kicks have really just become a really dry thing in the NFL. I mean, the odds of getting one are just so slim that it's almost not worth doing. I think it'll definitely improve the game, but one of the things I'm concerned about it is that Seattle was in so many close games last year that if the other team has a chance at getting 1 or 2 more possessions in the fourth quarter, it could definitely hurt the Seahawks record this year.
Okay, so as a whole, you like the idea. You think it's a good alternative to it. Okay, so one vote by Colin says that he likes it. So let me go to Calvin. What's your thoughts? Yay or nay on this new thing? Do you hope that they put it in or not?
Yay for me. Actually, I love it. I think that going off of what Colin said, last year teams were, what's the stat, 8 for 63. So teams were only able to convert onside kicks on 12.7% of their attempts. And just like Colin said, it's almost impossible to kind of, I guess, what's the word? Be able to kick an onside kick and recover it. And so I think that adding this option, I think that we'll see a lot more comebacks. And I think especially for teams like Seattle, Kansas City, Houston, Baltimore, teams that have quarterbacks that can improvise, teams that have quarterbacks that can throw the deep ball, teams that have quarterbacks that can run. I feel like going against Colin's point, I think it actually helps the Hawks a little bit more, because if we were the team that's down and we have the option of, instead of kicking an onside kick, we have the option of converting a 4th and 15 from the 25, I think that helps us tremendously, especially with Russ. He's a great improviser. He's a magician, especially when it comes to 3rd and long, 4th and long. We've seen him create so much magic. And I wouldn't be surprised if teams like the Chiefs with Pat Mahomes, the Ravens with Lamar Jackson, the Texans with Deshaun Watson, and other teams with elite weapons around them, I could actually see a whole lot of teams converting on 4th and 15, so much to the point where maybe next offseason, I think that there'll be so much success that teams will actually have to look into maybe scaling it back just a little bit. But I think that all in all, I'm definitely in favor, and we'll definitely see a whole lot more comebacks.
Martin, how about you? Do you like the new rule proposal?
Yeah, I actually do like it. But 4th and 15 sounds a little too short. I mean, if teams can convert on 1st and 15, they might as well convert on 4th and 15. I was thinking maybe bring it back a little. I know people in the chat are saying that they should take it back a little. And to Calvin's point, if they're going to keep converting it, then, I mean, yeah, you should take it back a little. But I do like the rules. Like Calvin said, it will totally help out us. I mean, or like QBs like Russell, who like are so good in like a 2-minute drill or something like that. And so this can help the Seahawks, but like Colin said, it might also not help the Seahawks if we're playing a team that is also really good down with not a lot of time left. So I do agree with both Colin and Calvin and I do think this is a good move. And I mean, the onside kicks, like come on. It's not like you're going to convert it. It's pretty much, what do you call it, like 90% impossible, I guess.
All right. That's true. Although, do you guys recall a game with the Atlanta Falcons who were trying to come back and they actually got 2 onside kicks in a row? Just when they thought it was down to like 5%, he nails 2 in a row, completely shattering that thought process. But that was a rare exception. Noah, what's your thoughts on this? What was that, Calvin?
They got lucky.
Well, isn't an onside kick all about luck anyway? But anyway, Noah, let's get your take. Actually, before you give your take, shout out to Nick LeBeau in the super chat. He says they're also talking about only allowing the 4th and 15 2 times in regulation and not letting the teams use it in overtime. That's true. I did read that they would not allow it in overtime, only in regulation. I didn't read about the limit part, but I guess there are other little things around that. The bottom line is, do we like this or not? Noah, what's your thoughts?
Well, Norbin, you and Nick LeBeau actually just stole my thunder a little bit. I was going to bring up the fact that, like, the 8 for 63 last regular season, that stat that you brought up, Calvin, that's a really good stat. If you're counting the game that you brought up, Norb, with Atlanta, like, it shows how ridiculously hard it is to convert an onside kick. And then Nick LeBeau brings up a great point because somebody commented, Michael Mullins, he's a fan of yours, Norbin, and since we started doing these collabs, he subscribed to my channel as well. He commented on my video today about the onside kick. And he brought up a very good point. He said, well, does that mean a team can just keep the ball for 60 minutes potentially? No, it does not. We got to make that very clear. You can only do it 2 times during regulation, and then come overtime, you're not allowed to do it because essentially that would end the game. Because if you score and you do an onside kick, the other team just never has a chance to touch the ball. So they do have plans set in place to keep it fair. Like you said, Norb, they're voting on it this week. The owners are set to vote on it tomorrow, actually. And then after that, we're going to know whether they want to implement it. I also agree with the rest of the panel that I think this should be implemented into the game of football. The reason being is because you look at the characteristics of the type of player that you want in a situation like this. Okay, 1 play for the game potentially on the line. You have to convert. It's an untimed down. You need to make a play. You want a gunslinger. You want a guy that's cool, calm, and collected, keeps his composure, poised in the pocket. That's the type of guy that you want. Isn't that the type of guy you want anyways? Come playoff time, it's a one and you're done situation. So every team should be building to try and have that guy, that quarterback that's going to make that play anyways. If you don't make plays all the way to the Super Bowl, you're not going to ever win a Super Bowl. Ask Nick Foles when he had his miracle run. It was all about execution and making plays. He was poised when it mattered the most. He was on his best. And so what this means for the NFL is rather than having your 5th string and your 4th string guys coming off the bench that haven't played all game, that are cold, they just took their jackets off. Now the game comes down to if the skinniest guy on the team can kick the ball perfectly to where it pooches after the second bounce and goes 10 yards in the air, and it's 4:00 on a Wednesday. Like, all these things have to go right in order for that kick to work. And it's coming down to these guys like Chris Matthews that we've never heard about. Now we're coming down and making the plays that are allowing us to go to the Super Bowl. Would you rather have the game come down to those guys that are off the bench, or would you rather have it come down to the guy you're paying $30 million every single year to go win you those close games in clutch situations? So I think for the NFL's point of view, it helps to almost knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. Now, by paying the quarterback so much money, you're also paying a guy that can keep you in the ball game late if you need to use these conversion opportunities. I think it's a great thing to add to the NFL. I think it makes football is starting to wean away from the special team side of things. I think they're also going to introduce eventually for regular kickoffs, like in the XFL, how they start closer together. I think that's coming down the line here too. I think they're moving away from special teams because of the high injury rate, because of the high collisions. We haven't even mentioned the injury factors, and so I think this helps keep football safe as well as keeps the game relying on the guys that you're paying the big bucks.
All right, so my take on this is I am for trying this out and seeing how it goes in 2020. But I will say personally, as an old school guy, and I've been around longer than all you guys combined, I miss the old kickoffs. I miss the old onside kicks. I miss the way things were. I miss the old easy extra points before they started getting kickers' heads, and now they're all messed up because they can't even make a 33-yard field goal anymore. One of the greatest plays in the NFC Championship game was the aforementioned onside kick. And I even said, if you've seen my video, you hear me saying, it's the onside kick, one of the most exciting plays you'll ever see in the NFL. And I still stand by that. And so I know it's not going away, so we're not completely making it extinct, but I feel like it's on its way. So I like this version better because the way they've changed the kickoff rules makes the onside kick, with the exception of the Atlanta Falcons last year, pretty much almost impossible. But if I had it my way and I could just have a crystal ball and wave everything to be the way I want it, I'd go back to how they had it before. I miss the old kickoffs. I miss actually have kickoff returns. I miss the onside kicks where the whole guys are coming in Braveheart style. But of course, that's in a world where I'm not playing and somebody else is suffering and the injury factor is there. So I guess I say it with my little addendum to it, which is, I like the idea of trying that out in place of what's there now, or in addition to what's there now. As a whole, as a football fan, I don't like where it's going. I miss the old days. But we'll see how it goes. I just feel my concern here is that when you have juggernaut offenses with really spectacular quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson, not everybody has one. And so the teams that can really almost convert a 4th and 15 at will versus some teams are going to pretty much have no chance. And there'll be some teams where it's like 4th and 15 is like, it's like a 50-50 chance. That is more of an odds-on favor for the teams that have the offense to do it versus when it was the onside kick, it didn't matter how great your quarterback was. If you didn't get that lucky bounce, he would never get a chance to see the field. And so to counter your argument, Noah, I like that randomness to the chance. In the same way that we haven't gotten rid of the coin toss. And if you think about the coin toss, it's the dumbest way to decide a thing, right? Because it's complete luck. And if you don't like luck, well, then you shouldn't like the coin toss either. But I like the little bit of luck. Sometimes I think it's better to be lucky than good. So anyway, that's my own editorial commentary on the way football has gone away from the old school method of special teams. But in this new age of the way things are, it's better than what we got. So there you go. So that's the kickoff rule. We'll see what happens with the vote going on, like you said, tomorrow. But let's change direction. I know a lot of people are anxious to get this trivia going here, but just like any old good cliffhanger, we got to stretch out the suspense and leave you hanging for a while. So we're going to talk about one more thing. I want to talk about this rumor, and it is just a rumor, folks, as it has been all season, off season. Clowney going to Cleveland. Is there more truth to this than is there more fire than smoke going on here? Colin, let's go to your take on it. You as a new guest on the show, you're a very well-spoken and well-educated NFL and Seahawks fan. I'm very curious to see your take on the rumor that is Jadeveon Clowney going to the Cleveland Browns. What do you think?
I think it could be pretty likely. I mean, I know Jadeveon Clowney wants to play for a contender, and while the Browns haven't been anywhere near that in the past 30 years, it looks like they're starting to build up a roster. Also, to pair him with the guy like Myles Garrett, I feel like the Browns would want to throw more money at him if they could create a defense with those two guys rushing against quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson. Okay,
so you think it could be a possibility? I mean, right now anything's possible, but is there more teeth to this than just rumor? Calvin, what do you think? Do you have a gut feel or anything that tells you this is more than just rumor?
Yeah, actually, I have a feeling that he's going to eventually sign with the Browns. I said it a while back. If he doesn't re-sign with us, I prefer to see him sign with the Browns just because they've been an underdog for so long, and so I'd root for them. And with the Browns, not only do they have so much cap space remaining, or they have the cap space available to sign Clowney, if they get rid of one of their current defensive ends, Olivier Vernon, they can clear an extra $15 million in cap space. And so you combine $15 million plus I think the $20 to $30 million that they already have, they have way more than enough money to sign Clowney. And I think that with Baker Mayfield on a rookie contract and Myles Garrett still in his rookie contract, now's the time to really splurge and use that money before extensions are up for Baker, Myles Garrett. You're already paying Odell big bucks. You're already paying Jarvis Landry big bucks. Austin Hooper big bucks. Nick Chubb's going to be coming up. And to Colin's point, the Browns, I think they're building something up. I think that this offseason is a little different than last offseason just because they have some guys returning. They didn't make any stupid moves. They have they drafted safety Grant Delpit. They got him as a steal, one of the biggest steals in the draft. Denzel Ward, Greedy Williams from last year. They have a little something brewing. And I think that to keep pace in the AFC North, with Big Ben coming back, with the Steelers and the elite defense that they have, Baltimore, they're still going to be good, really good. Lamar Jackson will be coming off an MVP season. And Cincinnati, they drafted Joe Burrow, and they did a great job of adding a whole lot of talent around him. So I think that for Cleveland to keep pace, they'd have to sign a guy like Clowney, and I think that that'd make that defense very scary and very ferocious. And my preference is if he's going to not go back to the Hawks, I'd like to see him in the opposite conference. Right.
They can definitely spend more money. They got more money to spend than we do, that's for sure, if it comes to a bidding war. Martin, what say you about the Clowney Cleveland rumors?
I'm looking at the stuff right now, but apparently the Browns are giving Clowney the highest amount out of all these teams. Right now, I know Clowney's probably not coming back. Oh my gosh, look at all those 12s. And so, well, oh my gosh, my mind's going blank right now. What is happening? If the Browns give him enough money, I think he will sign with the Browns. I know some people say he has declined the offer, but like Calvin said, they released Olivier Vernon, which, by the way, is a pretty good veteran. Then they're going to have so much cap space to use. I know Clowney will probably only take up about half of it. And so that is pretty good for the Browns. And I mean, as much as overrated as they were last year with all those hype, we'll see what happens this year. I mean, if they get Clowney, then their defense could be changing big time. But I mean, we'll see what happens, and I sure hope that Clowney can actually be on a team by the end of the offseason.
Okay. So there was a question out there. Somebody asked, can fans of other teams play in the trivia? Anybody can play in the trivia. When we get to it, you'll see the pin. You can jump in. Basically, the first 60 or so that can get in will get in. So we'll get to that in just a minute. But first, Noah, got to see what your take is. What's the Boelt take on this rumor here?
Well, I think it's actually really realistic, and I'm with Calvin. Once again, I got to shout you out, Cal. You're just making great points. About wanting him to go to a different conference. I heard a report this morning. I'm not sure if you guys have heard this, but another team that's interested in Jadeveon Clowney is the New Orleans Saints. Oh. And the reason being, Clowney, no matter where he's going, no matter where he ends up, it's looking more and more like it's going to be a 1 year deal where he's.
Noah's turning into a robot.
Try and reset the market and just go free with an offer. Are we good?
Sorry, man. Yeah, you broke up for a second. You turned into an auto-tune Cylon for a minute, but I think you're back now.
Okay.
All right, you might want to restate that one more time. Yeah.
Jadeveon Clowney is probably looking at a 1 year deal where he's going to have an opportunity to re-enter free agency and try and get the money, that long-term contract that he's looking for, because nobody's offering it right now. Martin, you made a great point. Cleveland is offering him the most right now. New Orleans would have to make some roster moves in order to even fit Clowney on. They're looking at about $10 million in cap space right now, whereas Cleveland, Baker Mayfield was the first overall pick, and he's the 7th highest paid player on that roster right now. So they're really in that window where Baker's young. They have an opportunity, while they haven't taken advantage of it, to attack and to go sign a bunch of players for a lot of money and build around Baker. Jadeveon Clowney is another one of those names that could fit on that roster. They have upwards of $30 million in cap space right now. So Cleveland would be a lot better fit, if not Seattle, than New Orleans for us Seahawks fans. Like I said, I'm not banking on them coming back to Seattle. So if not Seattle, I'm with Calvin. I say go to Cleveland.
Well, I still think this is all still a lot of rumor. And really, if it had not been for the pandemic, I'm confident that Clowney would have been signed by now. The fact that he can't really make the visits, and same thing with Cam Newton. These guys have kind of been hamstrung by the fact that they can't visit with teams in the way they traditionally would. And when you can't, and you've got injury issues, teams need to see the goods. They need to get them checked out, see what's under the hood, make sure everything's clicking and all that. So when they can't, I don't think anyone's really ready to kind of throw down and make a final deal until they can actually inspect the merchandise and make sure everything is running at top speed. So I think if it had been, a normal year, that those guys both would have been signed by now. And I think this is just taking longer because he's got more time to kind of shop things around, but has to take his time because if he rushes in, because people aren't willing to take a chance, he might be missing out on a good deal. And I still think Seattle potentially could still be in there. I don't think they've completely mailed it in, but we will lose a bidding war if it comes down to just money. So we shall find out. But Clowney Watch continues to go for at least several more weeks until we get to this the end of this off season, which is it's slowly getting there. A couple more. It wasn't the deadline like in a couple months when they have to finally decide and lock in a deal with Clowney. Yeah. So yeah, we're within a couple months away. All right. So. That brings us enough of that news stuff. Let's get to what we're really here for, folks. It's time for Seahawks Trivia number 5, NorbCam style. You guys ready to do this? Gentlemen in the panel, are you guys ready to do this?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
All right, I've got the scoreboard handy so I can keep track of you guys and see how good or bad you do. But let's start first by getting the Kahoot noted up here so you guys can jump on. So here we go. Get your Kahoots launched. We are going to get it going. Here comes the number right here, hopefully. Here we go. There's your number coming up. It's 358458 in your system. 358458. Let's waiting for some players while you watch the what video is this? 2016 prediction video, music video. Yeah. We're blowing up. Here we go. 30 players in real quick. 37, 38, 39, 40. Wow, that was fast. 42, 43, 44, 45. I think we can get to about 60 before this thing maxes out. 55. Can I hear 60? Do I hear 60? 58, 59, 60, 61. Let's see how far we can push this thing. 62, 63. This is a record, folks. 65 contestants. Can I get a 70? We're at 66. Holding strong at 66. How does 4 and 0 sound? New York Jets are going down. They're going down this year, baby. 69. Do I hear 70? 70. Can we break 70 in this game?
We got to.
Look at those moves.
I'll join it. I'll join if you need it.
No, we're at 70. They're at 70. All right. I'll give you 30 more seconds to join. 30 seconds. Meanwhile, you're going to see a few more of these familiar teams because this is 4 years ago, this video, and that's the 4-year cycle where we get to play some of these teams again, such as we play the Falcons again. 76 players. Can we get 80? We don't play the Saints this year. Jimmy Graham. Yeah, that didn't work out so well. I was at that game. Lost. That hurt.
Yeah, barely.
78 players. Buffalo Bills coming back. Oh, I should say we're playing in Buffalo, but we're rematching again. 78 players. Do we get 80? 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. After this little riff, 'cause I love this thing. This song. I won't lie to you. 82 players, by the way. Could we get 90? We'll be 7 and 2. How about we go 8 and 1? Running out for short. New England's off their bye week. The game this. And my reaction to Tom Brady's 4-game suspension was like a slap on the wrist. Okay, I think that's time. 83, and we're going to do this. All right, get ready. We're going to start the game now. Here we go, folks. First question. Trivia number 6. Actually, it's trivia number 5, but whatever. 6. What was Mike Holmgren's first year with the Hawks? Was it 1998, 1999, 2000, or 2001? Mike Holmgren's first year with the Hawks. 98, 99, 2000, or 2001? Mike Holmgren's first year with the Hawks. There's going to be a lot of Mike Holmgren era questions in here, FYI.
Alrighty.
If you said 1999 like it's 1999, you got that right. 30 of you in YouTube got that correct. Most of you got it right. Let's go to our panel, starting with Cal.
Believe it or not, I said 1999.
Oh, he's 1-0 for the first time ever. Actually, I don't know if that's true, but Cal gets one. Let's go to Noah.
The year I was born, baby, 99.
2000 party over, oops, out of time. All right, so let's go to Martin. What'd you get?
1999.
All right, baby.
I don't know why I hesitated.
Oh, okay. All right, you got it. So, Colin, how did you do on this one?
I hate to be the odd man out, but I said 1998.
Oh, just a bit off. Let's see how the scoreboard shakes out of this first question. We've got your boy Alex in first, Johnny DeMuro in second, 12th man in third, Diego in fourth, and King Tyler in fifth. Let's go to the next question. Who was the starting quarterback that season in 1999? Was it Warren Moon, Trent Dilfer, Matt Hasselbeck, or John Kitna? Starting quarterback in 1999, Warren Moon, Trent Dilfer, Matt Hasselbeck, or John Kitna? 5 seconds. Oh, a little mixed review on the audience there. If you said John Kitna, you would be correct. 21 of you got it correct on YouTube. 29 fell for the Matt Hasselbeck trap. Set the trap and it worked. Let's see how our panel did. Cal.
1-1. I said, what's his name? I said Warren Moon.
Oh, that would have been the previous, earlier in the year of that decade. Noah, what did you get?
Earlier in the decade, Warren Moon. I was with Calvin.
Oh, it's close. Everyone forgets good old John. Martin.
Believe it or not, I actually got this. I was just thinking Matt Hasselbeck was like only in the 2000s or so I crossed him out. I mean, Kitna, he seemed like the guy who's like the least known, so I felt like, oh, you're probably gonna trick us here, so I went with him. I was actually kind of guessing, so yeah.
Well, that's a pretty good analysis there, but for a guy who wasn't even close to being born at that time, you're doing pretty good for your knowledge of the late 1990s. Colin, how'd you get? How'd you guess? Could you get off the schneid?
I was gonna say Warren Moon, but I remembered that he was a little bit earlier, so it was between Trent Dilfer and John Kitna. And I said Trent Dilfer.
Oh, still on the schneid, Colin, 0 for 2. Let's see how the rest of the YouTube scoreboard shakes out. We've got a change here. Russ Underrated moves up to first. Oh, it's all new names. 12th man goes to the second. Seahawks Trash in third. Come on now. Kegels Bagels in fourth. And David is in fifth. Let's go to the next question. Who was the Hawks starting tailback in 1999? Was it Ricky Waters, Amon Green, Sean Alexander, or Chris Warren? Starting tailback in 1999, Holmgren's first year. Ricky Waters, Amon Green, Sean Alexander, or Chris Warren? You have 5 seconds. Waters, Green, Alexander, Warren. Time is up. And if you said Ricky Waters, number 32, you would be correct. 22 of you guys in the YouTube audience got that right. Let's go to the panel. Starting with Calvin.
I said Chris Warren.
Oh, a little bit before the time. Noah.
Well, I knew it wasn't Chris Warren, but I guessed Waters, and I got it.
Gets 2 now. Martin.
Yeah, I also guessed Waters or something like that. Pretty sure it was drafted in the late 90s or so, right? So, I mean, I just went with what I thought. But guessing, I got lucky.
All right, Martin, 3 for 3. Colin, did you get off the schneid, Colin?
Yep, I'm finally on the board, Norb.
Finally. Did you know this or did you just guess it?
Estimated guess.
That's a good guess. Like I said, it's better to be lucky than good. Let's go to the leaderboard and see how things shake out here. Russ Underrated stays in first. Kegels Bagels moves up to second. Seahawks Trash stays in third. 12th man in fourth. And Steelers Nation, new arrival, at fifth place. Wow, we do have some rival fans in the house. But you all are welcome. Let's go to the next question. Number 4. What was the Hawks' regular season record that season, staying in 1999? Were we 8-8, 9-7, 7-9, or 10-6? In 1999, Holmgren's first year, did we finish 8-8, 9-7, 7-9, or 10-6? You have 5 seconds. Time is up. Ooh, most of you guys got this one. 9-7 is how we finished in that season. 33 of you guys got that correct. Panel, Calvin, how'd you do?
I don't know. I have no idea. So I just figured we finished 500. I said 8-8.
Close, but not quite there. Noah?
I said 7-9. I had no faith. But it was a guess.
Okay. Martin, how about you?
I just went 8-8. It's just the most realistic out of that, considering that the Seahawks were not that great back then. Somewhere in like the 90s, they were not great. So I just know what I felt was most realistic. So 3-1.
Okay, Colin?
Yeah, I remember. I've heard that the Seahawks weren't too great in the 90s, so I said 7-9.
Yeah, that was the record for Pete Carroll's first 2 starting seasons was 7-9. Mike Holmgren actually. What's surprising, I remember very distinctly. Mike Holmgren played his former team, the Green Bay Packers. I believe it was on prime time. Beat them to take their record to 8-2, and it seemed like we were just going to have a dominating, winning record. And they lost a slew of games down the stretch. Finished just enough to get the playoffs and then lost in the first round in the final game in the Kingdom. All right, so let's go to the leaderboard and let's see how it changed. Not too much changes there. Russ Underrated in first, Kegel's Bagels in second, 12th Man in third, Steelers Nation moves up to fourth, and Norb is the best. That's correct. Is in fifth. New entry into the leaderboard. All right, interesting names we have here all over the place. Let's go to the next question. Here we go. Question number 5. Who scored the lone touchdown for the Hawks in Super Bowl 40? Was it Sean Alexander, Darrell Jackson, Bobby Ingram, or Jeremy Stevens? The one lonely touchdown in Super Bowl 40. Sean Alexander, Darrell Jackson, Bobby Ingram, or Jeremy Stevens? Yeah, 5 seconds. Ooh, this was not an easy one. Everybody in YouTube got this, most of you got this wrong. It was Jeremy Stevens, the tight end out of Washington. 48 of you thought it was either Sean Alexander or Darrell Jackson and Bobby Ingram and as the third choice. But yeah, Jeremy Stevens. I had to actually look up because I couldn't even remember. I was like, I remember the score was 21-10. I was like, who the heck scored the one touchdown? It was such a disappointment. But Cal, who did you think scored the touchdown in Super Bowl 40?
So I was gonna guess the reigning MVP that year, Sean Alexander.
Yep. No joy for Sean in that game. No joy for anybody in Seattle in that game. But Noah, what'd you guess?
I guess Darrell Jackson.
He should have had a touchdown, by the way. They got called for a bogus pass interference call in the end zone. That would have been their first score of the game, but got nullified. They had to settle for a field goal. Bull crap. Martin, what did you get?
I crossed Darrell Jackson out and Sean Alexander because I knew both of them had not the best games. I remember Darrell Jackson as that guy who got called for a PI, even though the rest were idiots and completely robbed us. Sorry for my bad language. But yeah, so I just guessed that one, but I luckily got Jeremy Stevens.
You did. Okay. That's 4 for you. Colin, how about you?
Yeah, I had a feeling that you would pull the trap of putting a famous player and it wouldn't be them, so I took a guess and got Jeremy Stevens.
Oh, man, trying to outwit me with the strategy. Let's see what the scoreboard shakes out to now after that devastating question. It didn't change too much, actually. Russ Underrated in first, Kegel's Bagels in second, 12th Man in third, a new addition, Sky High Aviation in fourth, and Steelers Nation. How ironic that Steelers Nation is in this scoreboard after that question. Steelers Nation in fifth. Let's go to the next question right here. It is not all 1999, but it is a lot. What was Hasselbeck's career high for touchdown passes in a season? 24, 26, 28, or 30? Matt Hasselbeck's career high for touchdown passes in one season was 24, 26, 28, or 30. You have 5 seconds. Matt Hasselbeck's career high for touchdown passes in one season. Time is up. Oh, most of you guys in YouTube land got this correct. 28 was the right amount of touchdowns that he got in that season. Let's go to our panel. Cal.
Back on track. I said 28.
All right. Noah.
Hey, man, I knew that from my study, so. Yeah.
Got it. All right. So Cal gets 2, Noah 3, Martin.
It's at a party of 328.
Oh, Martin breaks into the 5 spot, or gets a 5er on there. Colin, how about you?
You know, I've heard in previous streams Noah has said, when in doubt, choose C, and I took that advice.
That worked well. Look at that. Colin playing the strategy like a book. Let's go check
out. I tried
out.
that on Monday. It didn't work.
Believe it or not, I do think about that when I'm planning these things out. All right, let's see the leaderboard now. Russ underrated, still on top. Norb is the best, moves to second. Kegels Bagels holding third. 12th man in fourth. Sky High Aviation drops to fifth, knocking the Steelers person out of there. And I can't say I'm not disappointed. Okay, let's move on to the next question right here. 7. What was Sean Alexander's career high rushing yards in a season? Was it 1768, 1880, 1939, or 2029? Sean Alexander's career high rushing yards in one season. 1768, 1880, 1939, or 2029. You have 3 seconds. Oh, we have a sharp audience in here. 32. Most of the YouTube crowd got this at 32. Let's go see what the panel had to say. Cal.
I said 1768.
Oh, took the under. A little too far under. Noah.
I guess I'm copying Cal today because 17, 38, 68. 17, 38.
All right, Martin, what did you guess?
I guessed and I got it right. The guessing's really helping right now. 1880.
Wow. All right, so you guessed 1880. All right, so you're up to 6, the leader in the panel. Colin, how'd you do?
I followed the 1768 trend.
Oh, Colin, follow. Well, if you're going to miss, you might as well miss as a group. Let's go see what the rest of the YouTuber, the leaderboard looks like here. Wow, Russ underrated is overachieving today. Still in first. Burnt Sea Hag is second. Norb is the best, drops to third. E is at fourth. And Kegels Bagels drops to fifth. Oh, we got a little shakeup in the lead here, but Russ we trust, and he's holding still with a sizable lead. Let's go to the next question. Who made the tackle on Tony Romo in the botched field goal game versus Dallas? Was it Michael Boelter, Jordan Babineau, Marcus Trufant, or Kenny Hamlin? Who tackled Tony Romo right before the goal line on the botched field goal? Was it Michael Boelter, Jordan Babineau, Marcus Trufant, or Ken Hamlin? You have 3 seconds.
I think I know this.
Ooh, if you said Jordan Babineau, big play Babs, you would be correct. Most of the YouTube audience got this one right. 23 of you guys. Let's see how the panel did on this little special memory of the year 2006. Calvin. Did you get this?
I only know 2 players, Marcus Trufant and Jordan Babineau. I don't think that Trufant really played much special teams, so I went with Jordan Babineau.
Gets the point there. Gets 3 now. Noah?
I'm on the same page with Calvin, except I went with Trufant. And
That was another trap. I knew that the old Trufant trigger would get people thinking it might be him. Martin?
Big play Babs. I was hoping, like you would do a Marcus Trufant thingy, because he literally gave a video to my school. And so, yeah.
Nice. She got that one. So, Colin, how'd you fare?
Yeah, when I saw highlights of this, I remember seeing a really long last name on the back of the jersey. So that's why I chose Babineau.
Nice. That puts you up with 4 on the board. So Martin leads at 7, followed by Colin with 4, and a tie between Noah and Calvin. Unbelievably, a tie between these two at 3 each. Let's go to the scoreboard and see how the YouTube points are hanging out there. Russ underrated, flying high still with 67,062 points, followed by Valenzuela, Mexico. New to the list here. 12 Man moves to third. Kegel's Bagels to fourth. And Sky High Aviation in fifth. All right, let's keep this going. Next question. Number 9. What was the Hawks' win-loss record in Holmgren's last year? Was it 6-10, 7-9, 5-11, or 4-12? Clearly not a very good season. How bad was it? What was the Hawks' win-loss record at Holmgren's last year? 6-10, 7-9, 5-11, or 4-12? And time is up. Oh, pretty even across the board. Most of you did get it right, though. If you said 4-12, you were correct. 20 of you in the YouTube land got that right. Let's go to our panel. Calvin?
I think, was it 2008 where we took Aaron Curry 4th overall? I think 4-12 is bad enough to land the 4th overall pick, so I said 4-12.
Hey, he got it. All right, moves you to 4 points. Noah?
Well, see, I had two options here. Both of them were wrong. 5-11 or 6-10. I went 5-11.
Yeah, it was bad. I mean, it was like the most unceremonious way to exit his long stint with the Seahawks, going 4-12 in one of the most forgettable seasons. That was the year that Seattle just had really bad sports. That was the year, I believe, that we went 4-12. The Sonics were stolen from Seattle, and my Huskies went 0-12. It was like the worst sports year in Seattle history, arguably. Martin, did you get lucky on this one, or did you need luck?
Yeah. 4-12. The only thing I remember that was good from that season was that last game we won, and Holmgren went around the stadium with his hat off and saying thank you and stuff like that. So that's the only good thing I remember from that year.
Dang, Martin, you're tearing it up today. You've only missed once today.
I remember you telling us a few Kahoots ago about the 4-12 thingy, actually.
Good memory. Look at this kid. Sharp as a tack. The Encyclopedia Britannica is backica. All right, let's go to Colin. What did you guess on this one?
Yeah, I remembered you made a joke about Mike Holmgren's 4-12 season, so I said 4-12.
Nice. Gets to 5. So it's Martin with 8, Colin with 5, Calvin with 4, and Noah bringing up the rear at 3. Let's see how the YouTube scoreboard shakes out. Russ Underrated is on fire. Russ is lit. 7-6-62. 12th man in second. Sky High Aviation moves to third. Kegel's Bagels at fourth. And Bert Seahag comes back in here at fifth. And it says, nice. Underrated is back with an answer streak of 3. So Underrated is on fire right now. Let's go to the next question. Oh, and I think now this is the point where we enter into the double bonus category, where every question is worth twice as much. Doesn't apply to the panel. You guys still are only going by one at a time. But for the YouTube audience, a chance to get some ground here with some trick questions worth twice. Here we go. Double points. Who returned a fumble and an interception back for touchdowns in the same game in 2005? Was it Jimmy Williams, Michael Boelter, Lofa Tatupu, or Andre Dyson? A fumble and an interception pick 6 in the same game in 2005. Jimmy Williams, Michael Boelter, Lofa Tatupu, or Andre Dyson? And time is up. Oh my gosh! The correct answer was Andre the Vacuum Dyson. No, that really wasn't his nickname. But did not get any love. Only 7 people voted for him, getting it correct. Most people thinking it was the Lofa Tatupu, is the Tatupu Trap. Yes, Andre Dyson. And I'll explain why this was significant in this game. But yes, let's go to the panel. Did any of you get this right? Calvin?
Surprisingly, I did, actually. I was down to Tatupu and Dyson, but I felt like Tatupu was a trap because I felt like, everybody would say Tatupu. So I kind of went the opposite direction and chose Dyson. Good thinking there, bro. Moves you to 5 points. Noah.
I thought, I was like, he said Boelter too fast. Like, he doesn't want us to pick that. So I picked Boelter.
Oh, man. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I will give this double points. So I'm going to give you 2 for the price of 1. So, Cal, you're going to actually get 6 now. So every point is worth 2 for you guys. All right, so little twist, mid-game twist. I like that, though. I didn't even think about how I said Michael Boelter. I think I was just rushing to make sure I get everybody's names in before the time ran out. Martin, what did you guess here? A chance to really take a big lead.
The only person I know from here is Lofa the Tupu, but I went with what Noah thought. I also went with Michael Boelter. So I ended up using my lead like Santa did.
So this gives Cal a little bit of closing distance on Martin here, possibly giving an opening to take the lead. But let's see if Colin can take advantage and tighten this game up. Colin, who did you guess?
No strategy here. I just took a guess, and just like Noah and Martin, I said Boelter.
I liked Michael Boelter. He was one of my favorite players at that time, but sorry that didn't work out for you. Let's go to the scoreboard and see how YouTube land is going with this double point question. Russ is hanging on tight at number 1. Burnt Seahag moves up to second. Steelers Nation comes back in hot at third. 12th man in fourth, and Sky High Aviation in fifth. All right, so why this is important. This is the 2005 season, and why I remember this so much is in that game we destroyed the Eagles 42-0, and I remember Andre Dyson had those 2 touchdowns. On the last one, and he scored the second touchdown. As he was getting tackled into the end zone, he got his ankle rolled onto, and that knocked him out of the season for a while, and it made it to where he was not healthy come Super Bowl time. If you guys remember in Super Bowl 40, we were down to like the third string safety, which led to that one play where, I forgot who it was, somebody ran for a 75-yard touchdown to open the second half. Would never have happened it never would have happened if we had Ken Hamlin. Never would have happened if we had Andre Dyson back there, but we had lost so many guys, and Ken Hamlin's a whole other tragedy that happened during that year. That was the year he got in that bar fight and got hit in the head by a street sign or something, and was knocked out for the rest of the season. So bad luck that set up what happened in Super Bowl 40. So Andre Dyson, great plays that unfortunately had tragic long-term results for the rest of that season. Let's go to the next question. Another double one. These are getting personal here, folks. What year did I become a season ticket holder? Was it 1995, 1996, 1997, 1998. The year I became a season ticket holder. 95, 96, 97, 98. And that's me there with 80s Broncos fan and Mike Lorraine, my current business partner in the Kingdom, just to show all of you who call me bandwagon fans, I've been around. Oh, most of you got this correct. 23 of you guys got this correct in YouTube land. 1996 was that magical year that I started going to games in the Kingdom. Let's see how well my panel knows me. Cal, did you know this for double points? What did you guess?
Didn't. I mean, I know you're an OG fan, so I went with the oldest year there, 1995.
Oh, you could have tied Martin with this question and he missed it. Noah, what about you?
Man, I got this right, man. Show me some respect. I was like, man, he's not gonna go the first year because Norb always trying to play games with which one it is, and he's not gonna make it C either. So it's B.
Too smart, man.
It was before '98.
Oh, you're too smart. You got that. So that puts you at with 5 points. A chance to still get something in here. Let's go to Martin. Martin, I would think you'd know this.
I did Sean Jackson bit. I celebrated way too early. I thought it was 1995 here.
Oh, no! The encyclopedia had a misprint. Martin does not get a chance to basically put this game away, leaving it open for Cal to possibly catch up. But Colin, you saw it in this game. What did you say?
You know, Norb, it's better to be smart, or it's better to be lucky than smart. So I chose 96.
Nice. You had no idea. You had no idea. You just guessed.
Yeah.
You just guessed. All right, let's go check out the scoreboard here and see what's happening here in YouTube land. Russ underrated, still with a sizable lead on top. Steelers Nation, though, is creeping up to second. Burnt Seahag at third, 12th man at fourth, and Sky High Aviation in fifth. 3 in a row by Steelers Nation to get back into the game, potentially. It could potentially steal the first place spot, but it would take a major meltdown by Russ, and I don't think Russ is capable of doing that. So let's go to the final question. Again, this is a NorbCam centric question, so you're going to have to know something about me, or you're going to just have to be lucky. Here we go. Final question, worth double.
All right. I better
What
know
made my
this.
first Seahawks game in the Kingdom special? I met Jim Zorn. I caught a touchdown pass in the Seahawks pregame. I rushed for a touchdown. Or our team, the Tigers, won the game. I met Jim Zorn. I caught a touchdown pass. I rushed for a touchdown. Or my team won the game. 3 seconds. Pretty even across the board, but the lowest answered question is the one that was right. I rushed for a touchdown. I'll tell you a little bit about that more in a second. You two, you failed me. I'm a little disappointed with the fans out there. Let's go to the panel. Cal, did you open the door, the chance to steal the lead?
See, I wanted to show you some love, Nora, but I said you caught a touchdown, not ran for a touchdown.
Oh no! Calvin missed an opportunity to get doubled up there. Noah, you could steal the lead from Calvin with this correct answer. Did you get it right?
Check out how I broke this down, right? So first of all, you had the picture of the tiger, so I'm like, that can't be it. Then I'm like, bro, Norman got no type of hand, so he couldn't have caught it.
Damn.
And then the Jim Zorn, I'm like, bro, no way, bro. No way. And then, have you seen NorbCam's calves? Have you seen how big those things are? I'm like, bro, that's a running back body. I was thinking about NorbCam's body. I was like, bro, he ain't got no wide receiver body. He ain't got no hands. He got calves, bro. So I said rush.
Wow, well, you got it right. I'm not sure if that's a compliment or an insult or both, all in one answer. But I guess I will say thank you to all of that. So Noah, you just edged away from Calvin with finishing with 7. Got ahead of Cal. You were behind the whole game. Finished strong. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. But we're not done yet. Martin still has something to fight for here. Martin, did you get this correct? Something tells me you did.
I got this. I remember the video. Okay, so I easily ruled out Jim Zorn because I don't think you ever saw it. I know you ran for touchdown pass. I mean, run because I literally watched the video. You didn't win the game because your idiot teammates decided to spike the ball, and that caused the penalty, and the guy couldn't kick the extra point. So yeah.
That's the encyclopedia. That's the Rain Man of NorbCam videos that I'm expecting right there. So that puts Martin square away with 10 points. Pretty much sizable lead. Cannot be caught. But let's see how Colin finished here. Will he place in the top 2, or where is he going to end up here? Colin, what was your answer?
Yeah, like Martin, I remembered that video where you scored a touchdown in the Kingdom. So it was down to whether you caught it or whether you ran it. And when in doubt, you see.
There it is. All right. So the panel finished with Martin with 10, Colin in second with 8, Noah in third with 7, and Calvin just missing it with 6. Congratulations, you guys. Let's go to the final top finishing 3 and find out who's going to be doing a guest appearance in an upcoming NorbCam show. Here we go. In third place, Steelers Nation. In second place, Burnt Sea Hag, which means there's only one player to be in number 1, and that would be Russ Underrated. All right, congratulations, Russ Underrated. Do me a favor, take a screenshot of that winning announcement on your phone just as proof that it's you, and then send me an email right down there below at norb@norbcam.com, and that way I will have all of your information for getting you on the show for next time, just like our friend Colin got to do this time. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. It's so much fun to try to pull the wool over your guys' eyes and see what kind of mind games we can get going on. But which was the? I ask you guys. I always ask you which was the trickiest question in the bunch, Cal?
I would say the one about your touchdown.
How about the Seahawks one? Which is the trickiest Seahawks question? Because, my personal ones, of course, are always going to be tricky. But the ones from about Seahawks history.
I'm going to say our starting running back during the 1999 season.
Yeah. Noah, how about you?
The fumble and interception, same game.
Oh, the Andre Dyson one.
Yeah. Just because there was 3
Same.
names, you know.
Yeah. Martin, how about you?
Yeah, same with Noah. The fumble and that one got me off my
At
tracks.
Ashley Home Store, our showrooms are inspected thoroughly and cleaned multiple times throughout the day for your protection. You
What the
need
heck
your
is
home
that?
now more than ever. And during the Memorial Day
All right,
sale,
I got some kind of radio
Commercial.
playing here.
plus up to 5
Alexa,
full years
stop.
interest-free.
Now it's
Alexa just
sponsor.
turned on out of nowhere. Okay,
Oh, you have
Colin,
Alexa?
let's go to
have
you.
Alexa. Ooh.
Oh, I meant to ask you, what was the trickiest question? Not the NorbCam one, but the Seahawks trivia. Which one was the most surprising or tricky question that you had there?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Norb. You cut out for me for a second, but I would say the quarterback for the 1999 season, just because I don't really know much about that time period.
Yeah, I think for me, even as thinking of the questions, the fact that I didn't remember who scored the one touchdown in Super Bowl 40, you'd think it'd be obvious because there was only one, right? But I think your brain, as Seahawks fans, we've so forgotten as much as possible about the existence of that game that we've forgotten all the good stuff too, because there was so few good things. But that Jeremy Stevens touchdown was, you kind of think about it and go, oh yeah, I remember him catching one, but there should have been 2. Do you remember that? Jeremy Stevens caught one down at the 2-yard line, and then what should have happened next would have been Sean Alexander for a touchdown to basically seal the game. But no, phantom holding call on Sean Locklear on the right side, and everything fell apart from there. It was bogus. Anyway, we'll talk about that some other time. But anyway, I just want to thank everybody for being a part of this. To the audience, to you guys, everybody in the chat who participated in the super chat, for everybody who played the game, thank you for being part of the fun. And just for those of you who just watched along and just watched us talk about Seahawks football and participated in the chat just by watching, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And to my special guests, to Seahawks Martin, thanks for coming out. Calvin, Domingo, and Noah Boelter, thank you guys for being a part of this. And of course, to my special guest. Yeah, that's been my special guest, Colin, a.k.a. Golden Seahawks 30, who won the previous trivia contest. It's been fun having you. You're a very intelligent, well-spoken young man. So you did very well. You did very well again. Didn't quite match Martin. Martin was on fire, but you did very well today, too.
Thanks, Norb. I appreciate getting to come out here and do some Seahawks trivia with you guys.
Yeah, I think what I enjoy the most is when you guys don't know and you tell me how you broke down your answers. I think that's more entertaining than actually seeing if you guys know this stuff, because there is definitely gamesmanship going on when it comes to multiple choice questions. And even as I'm making these, it's the same way. It's like, well, if I put it at A, it's too quick to figure out. No one knows I'm going to put this at C if he's not sure, so I better not put it at C. It's just a lot of thinking going on. One of these days, I'm going to make it all A and throw you all off. It's going to be A, and completely throw the entire thing out of whack. Real quick, before you guys go, I want to give you one last chance to let everybody know where they can find more of your guys' content. Let's start with Seahawks Martin.
Oh, okay. Wasn't expecting that. But yeah, my channel's called Seahawks Martin. Just a kid who likes to talk football, make random videos anytime, no schedule or anything. So if you subscribe to me, then turn on that notification bell, because I might be posting a video any second. Like, I might be posting one like right now, right after Norb stream, but no, I'm not.
That's right. You got piano lessons to get to.
Hopefully episode 2 of my new show comes out this Saturday. I mean, I have some schoolwork to do, but hopefully I can finish that all up. So do my friends, so they can be available. I know I'm probably gonna have Ori Huang on my show. Hopefully, if not,
familiar name to the show.
Friends. Oh no, I might try to get you guys as a guest on my show. We'll see. But yeah, that's my channel for y'all. Don't forget to subscribe, like my videos, and don't forget to subscribe to these 4 other awesome dudes.
All right, dudes.
Cal,
that's right.
Noah, Colin, and Norb. So yeah, don't forget.
All right, Noah, you go ahead and tell the folks out there where they can find you and what you're all about.
On social media at DJ Squabo. Same with on YouTube. I post daily videos, and then every single week, Saturday from 10 to 1, We talk sports, myself and Calvin as well. You can listen live on the KGRG app. If you can't make that time, you can always listen on the podcast. The link is in the description. It's the SoundCloud link.
All right, Calvin.
All right, so you guys know me as Calvin, but you guys can find me on YouTube as Steezy A. Smith. As Noah mentioned earlier, I post weekly videos. We just uploaded our collabs on our respective channels just the other day, and so be sure to check that out. Noah already kind of got into everything about the Boelt, so all of our links will be in the description. Be sure to tune in, tap in, show some love, and show some love to all the other All-Stars on this broadcast for me.
All right, and last but not least, my guest from the previous trivia question winner, Colin, also known as Golden Seahawks 30. Tell them about your channel.
Yeah, my channel is where I post a lot of football content. A lot of what I do is football what ifs. So, like, if you were curious if every player that left their team during the offseason this year was put on one team and they tried to win the Super Bowl, that's one of the videos I make, and that's kind of the genre that I go after. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure to subscribe.
Sounds pretty interesting. I'll have to check that out. All right. Before I wrap this up, I saw that my buddy Tyler, where did he say? I think it was Tyler. Yeah, Tyler says, ask Alexa. Alexa somehow turned on in the middle of the broadcast. He said, ask Alexa about the Seahawks. Alexa, what do you think of the Seahawks?
Here's something I found on the web. According to blogs.com, on the web,
Alexa's not the smartest.
You're too quiet. Okay. She didn't have much to say.
No,
I got to train her right.
Alexa
You should ask her who her favorite football team is, and she'll reply.
Really? Oh, let's try that.
Yeah.
First, I turn it.
Yeah.
Alexa, turn it up. Alexa, who's your favorite football team?
I'm from Seattle, so my favorite team is the Seahawks.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, Alexa's a Seahawks fan. Woohoo! Yeah.
Tom Grossi reacted to that, and he was not happy. Just saying.
That's pretty funny. I'm guessing that she just answers based on whatever location you're at. Or does she
Actually,
really?
that's not true.
No? She
No,
really
I
is a
live in
Seahawks
Denver,
fan?
and she says the Seahawks
Yeah,
for me.
it's true.
Yeah, baby. Alexa knows where it's at. Alexa, who's going to win the Super Bowl this year?
I'm huddling up during the off-season, but I'll have an early Super Bowl prediction once the season...
Ah, boo! Put it out there. Take a risk, woman. All right, she didn't answer. But I'm glad to hear that she's a Seahawks fan. All right, that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching and watching our ridiculous nonsense that we talk about every week. We always do this every Wednesday, if not more often, whenever breaking news happens or if we have more trivia that happens to come along. This is the funnest thing we've come up with. It's awesome. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channels, hit that notification bell, hit the like button, and yeah, we appreciate you guys' support. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you next time. Take care. Go Hawks.